Saint Bernard of Clairvaux was a French abbot in the 1200s, and the thought that he puts out there in some of his writing is we should seek to become reservoirs rather than canals. For a canal just allows the water to flow through it, but a reservoir waits until it is filled before overflowing. Then it can communicate without loss to itself. St. Bernard says this, in the church today, 12th century, we have many canals, but few reservoirs. In the church today, in the 12th century, and I would say in the church today, in the 21st century, we have few reservoirs. We have a lot of canals. And it's that idea of you get a little bit from God, and you take it for yourself, and then you give it away. You get a little from God, and then you take it for yourself, and then you give it away. It's like, and it's this treadmill effect, I think, that we get on. But, Jesus was a reservoir. And this is how. A couple places, in fact, quite a few places in the New Testament where Jesus talks about getting away to the quiet place, about getting away to the certain place, about getting away to, the woods to pray, get alone. Mark, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. It says in Mark 14:32-42, it says, immediately Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to Bethsaida, while he dismissed the crowd. After leaving them, he went up on a mountainside to pray. When he's in the Garden of Gethsemane, they went to a place called Gethsemane. Jesus said to his disciples, sit here while I go pray, while I go alone with God. Luke 11 says, one day Jesus was praying in a certain place. And I'm reading the New Testament a couple of years ago, and I'm kind of calling it. I'm looking at Jesus, and I'm looking at his actions and his posture. And it's like every time he has a major event or something that's going on, he goes and he gets away to the quiet place. He gets away to the certain place. This is amazing. It says, I just find it fascinating. It says one of those days, Jesus went out to a mountainside to pray and spent the night praying to God. Very big here. When morning came, he called his disciples to him and chose the 12. So the night before he chooses the 12 disciples, he goes to the mountainside and he's praying all night long. Now, I don't know about you, but I made it to 2 o'clock in the morning last night. Just praying, thinking, talking over with Pierre what we were going to say today. All night long, he prays before he chooses his disciples. We live in a loud world. There are constantly things clamoring for our attention, continuously, constantly. Washing machines, demanding coworkers who think that, you need to give them the fullness of your attention at the given moment when they come and talk to you. CNN, the constant clamoring and thinking and talking about world affairs and all of that. And every worthy cause known to me. We have a lot of things clamoring for our attention. And one of the major, I would say the major piece of this teaching that's so important that really frames this is that you cannot offer to someone else what you do not have. Okay? You cannot offer intimacy with God, connection with him, a word of hope, if you aren't hearing those words of hope, and there's not a foundation of that in your life already.